Karla, who's gonna always have a fabulous
It's gonna be very
presentation of
short.
everything, but we kind of wanted to sidetrack the meeting for just a minute because this past week at the board meeting, we had a chance to review a draft of a living document that is our business plan. And so we kind of pulled out some of the items, and that's what you have on this sheet. These are proposed initiatives. These are without the input of our marketing gurus.
I was sorry, stuck in New Orleans.
Stuck. Lori and Keith didn't make it, Keith for different reasons, but nonetheless didn't make it. But this really represents what we think we're going to be trying to staff, man, execute, put on, invite people to throughout the year. And so at least you have an idea of what's going on for the next 12 months. And we hope every one of them is going to make it to the finish line and be successful, but we'll have to see, because it does all depend on volunteers. So between now and April, we have kind of our normal little whatever pop-ups and our artist receptions and so forth, but May is a huge month. May is Inspire out at Lake Las Vegas,
What is
Del
that?
Webb. It is a thing that the Del Webb Property Management Group puts on. You can sign up. There is a sign-up sheet where you have to send them the information. But if you want to have a display out there, sell your artwork. Some of it, we've been doing it now the last 3 years, I think. And it's been quite successful for some of us, because those are people that have money and are looking, most of them have newer homes and they're looking to buy some art and see some different, unusual things.
There's no charge.
Free.
And it's free.
Really?
It's free.
You
We-
should put that. The grids, we can bring.
Yeah.
I can, but
We are
Karla can bring
responsible for getting
Karla
the
the
grids
grid.
there. And that means we need
Yeah.
volunteers with vehicles and manpower, woman power, to get those grids out there and set them up and take them down. It's only a 3-hour event. They keep it short. This year, she's talking about inviting the people that are new owners an hour early so they can view
Oh, that's
your
smart.
art
So they
ahead
get
of
first
time.
pick.
So that's not a for sure thing, but at least that's what her thinking is at the
Discount, all right.
moment. So we think it should be, we hope it should be anyways, a really successful event. Then, of course, we have the Henderson Art Fest. There are going to be 12 tents out there. Steph?
No, I was gonna say it's 12, but we have a possibility of having our own tents added. She will let me know once they have measured
Okay.
and found out how they want to set their tents up, because every year they have been doing it different, so.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, and the sad thing is, we have new tents here, but they're
Our tents
blue,
are white. All
and
our
they
tents
want
are
white ones.
not the
She
new
said-
ones.
We have white ones, I have 2 tents, I mean,
Okay,
there's lots
so-
of us
Okay.
have tents.
So there may be an opportunity for more. We are going to charge $120 for a 10 by 10 tent. The ones that the city has, it's a covering, it does not have sides. You're responsible for setting up your own grids and so forth, and getting everything cleaned up at the end of the 2 days, because it is Saturday and Sunday of Mother's Day weekend,
And there is security.
and there is
Yeah.
security.
How
But
are they gonna handle the grids if you have more than 12 tents, cause usually we don't use them up?
No, yeah, look, can I answer that a little bit?
Yeah,
All right, I thought about that, because we've never used every single grid that's in that thing. But if we do, I have grids.
Wow.
I stopped doing the shows, so I still have all my stuff, I still have all my grids, I still have my tents, so.
Yay, Stephanie!
Yeah.
Yay, Stephanie to the
If we need
rescue.
more grids, I'll use mine for the children's tent, because that's a given tent, that's one of the 12 tents,
Cool.
for children's.
Okay,
So I will use my tent, my grids for that.
we do allow sharing, And so if you don't think you have enough for a 10 by 10 tent, but you want to participate, please, by all means, find somebody, and there'll be a sign-up sheet. There is a sign-up sheet.
Yeah.
Put your $40 deposit down right now, and then everything's payable by April
20th. I
20th.
have to have all names and monies by April
Non-refundable.
20th. And
Okay.
it's non-refundable after that April 20. So if people pull out, like a lot of them pulled out last year, and it left us scrambling with what to do. I mean, we figured it out, but still, that's money that the gallery did not get. So, no
the-
more,
Backing out.
no.
this is a really successful show, usually for the artists that participate. It also, though, is a big fundraiser for us. So last year, we did a silent auction, and I say silent, online auction, excuse me, an online auction, and we had some fabulous things that people donated in order for us to get some really nice bids. We also had some big items that were sports related, they were Golden Knights related, that got us a lot of money. And when people said we did last year, that this is going directly to the scholarship fund, if you participate in this auction, then, gosh, they were very generous. So we need some wow items, and we actually had purchased the Golden Knights things back a couple years before COVID, when we were going to do another fundraising event. We don't have anything like that this year. So we are looking for ideas and people and connections and whatever it is in order to make that a successful online auction. We also have traditionally done raffle baskets, and they have been they've been beautiful, thanks to a lot of hard work by a lot of people, and I'm looking specifically at Susan and Carolyn, because they kind of have really taken it over, and Karla, I guess last time. They've taken it over the top, so
Don't forget
yay.
me, I've been here every single
Yes.
time.
I know, and don't forget
Leave me
Stephanie.
out.
Stephanie does everything, so there's a kid, there'll be a kids tent this time too.
There will be a kids, yes.
Do they do like artwork and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
well, the last few years that we've had it, I've had them rock painting and jewelry making. So I'm trying to come up with something else for this year.
Face
And there's
paint?
no just, no, because there's people up in the side that do face
they do.
painting and stuff. So if we wanted to do something to, these kids, the booth is never empty. Let's
Yes.
put it that way. Every seat is constantly taken, and including the parents will do.
And all of them trotting in
but
to give
the
us their
rock-
dollar.
Yeah, but the rock painting, I have to go to the rock yard myself and pick the rocks, because I'm using smooth surface, river rock. So I have to go through that whole pile of rocks and pick out those rocks myself. But they've been, pretty good with, letting me do that at the plant place.
I'll steal some out of my neighbor's yard too if you need me.
Nobody will know.
Well, good.
They'll notice
Good
they have a
size.
camera.
Yeah,
There
right.
she is again.
The rock painting and the jewelry making, both the boys and the girls love it. We have just as many boys doing the jewelry as
Nice.
we do girls, so
Nice.
I feel like, they're not intimidating, they don't feel like it's too girly. But I wanted to come up with a third thing, and I think I had something, but I forgot what it was. That's with me
I'll
today.
suggest something, a bracelet, a rated bracelet.
How about masks?
That was the other thing, we had talked about that,
Masks.
was the mask, yeah.
So anyways, to be determined, all ideas are welcome. We also had a thing last year that we initiated called Be Part of the Art. And that was Michael Mahalik, who had, it's in the kitchen over here. Great big piece. We didn't have that many people participate, so we need to figure out a different thing that we can actually let participants put a brush on something and pay their $1 or $2 or whatever, and get them in the arty mood.
I actually have an idea for that.
Good,
Those little tiny tiles,
yes.
and you know, and then you glue them to the thing, and then once it's all done, we grout it and we put it up against the wall as like, you know, decorative that stays there. Everybody paints a little tile. You pay $5 a tile.
Yep,
You paint it and we permanently affix it to the wall. We can do something like that.
that'd be cool, that'd be cool too. So we're looking for additional ideas and that sounds lovely, that sounds great. The thing about all of this is we need leaders, we need people to say, okay, I will help, or I will be responsible for making sure that we have enough help. Obviously, we need somebody in the raffle tent, we need somebody in the auction, online auction tent, because it really helped for the people to be able to see what it was they were bidding on, even though they did it online. But these were big money for us.
We had people coming in, hanging around, waiting till the end so they could pick up their
Yes.
item.
And last year we had a separate tent for the donated stuff, remember, because we had all those tents
was
that
nice.
the people didn't show up in. No, it wasn't quite, because that meant I ran 3 tents, the kids' tent, my tent, and the donation tent, and it's just
Too much.
way too much. So I'm not even gonna do a tent this year, because I can't, I just can't, none of my stuff gets sold because I can't do my own tent.
Right.
Well, the stuff inside here got sold.
Yeah.
You know, they come in
Well,
here.
you can
stuff
add
that I
me
had
to your
here.
committee. I'll help you with this year's Mother's Day,
Okay.
whatever you need.
Okay.
Okay, so anyways, that's a big May, so a couple of big events.
And
In
can I
June.
say one more before you leave off of May.
Yes.
But the bottom it says May 24th of Farmers Market.
Uh-huh.
That is not the last Friday in May. And not only that, the schedule that they sent me did not include May.
Okay,
So I don't even know.
so
if they
X that
have
one
it
off.
For now, because I don't know if they got the grant. The grant was from February, March, and April.
Okay,
So if they get the grant, they'll let me know, and then I'll add the other dates.
okay. All right, June, we've got our jury photo show. Thank you. The reception, we haven't done since COVID a co-op picnic or barbecue, or we used to call it Arts and Eats.
Yes.
Arts and Eats, and
Are
we
we gonna
would
get
like
back
to
to
do
doing
that because we've got a
Good.
lot of new members and it's always fun, and this is the beginning of June and it shouldn't be too hot. So anyways, be prepared for that, and then hopefully we can do it and the photo people won't be too upset if we tie it in with their reception, so.
Okay, well, the
I'm the
reception is the 15th. They
Yeah,
changed
they
it from the
changed it
8th to the
today.
15th.
What day is
June 15th, it's a
So we
week
can
later,
have a
a
member
week later.
picnic the 8th,
it? June.
and then,
And then the
and
reception.
then the reception, because the reception is just from 10 until 12.
It's not
Yeah.
too hot.
Okay,
June 8th.
Then you can have
June's
picnic
not
at
where do you
noon.
have it?
That'd be okay.
Sometime.
Right out
Oh,
on the patio.
Yeah,
We have the
Okay.
grills, set up the grills out there. I'm
Yep.
one of the cooks.
Yep.
I will always
So-
be one of the cooks.
So when are you doing the, picnic?
so it sounds like right now we're sticking with the 8th on the
June
picnic,
the 8th, and then the reception for the photo show is
So we're
June
having on a
and we'll
separate
do a
date.
separate,
Can we
13th,
go back to
15th,
calling it
something like
Arts
that.
and Eats?
yes, we
That's
can.
cute. I like
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
I had forgotten, I couldn't believe I forgot that. I was dreamt about it last night and I said, how come I didn't write Arts and Eats? July and August.
I still have one more, because you got on here, kids classes. We're starting kids classes at the gallery.
Well,
What is that?
What? which
so
one?
in the items in blue are
Classes.
kind of the newer things or the things we need people to lead.
Okay, so it's not something you've already.
No, we have no definition yet, but again, we did this pre-COVID, and it was really great, and it was like 3 weeks. It was 2 separate sessions for 3 weeks or something.
Was that the one with the teachers, where you had the teachers come in
Yes,
on that one? Okay,
yes.
because the only one I don't remember that one, I just remember the one at the
The
church.
church, yeah.
Yeah, but how many weeks was that? That was 6 weeks?
So,
Like 6
so
weeks.
anyways, we have no definition on this right now, and we need it. We need somebody to figure out, this is how you run a kids class, and these are, we can hire teachers. This is part of what we have our scholarship fund for, is to promote art to kids and seniors and others. But, we certainly have an opportunity to, if we have to pay some teachers to come in and teach, we will do that. If we have to buy the supplies, we will do that. So we just think that part of our mission as a 501c3, we need to be doing these kinds of things for the community.
And you know, we had a grant that bought all the stuff last time, and
Yes.
so there's a ton of art supplies back there still. I mean,
And we get donated, a lot of stuff gets
so, that,
donated.
I think it'd be great.
I think it would be.
Okay, good. So, yeah, yay. July and August are pretty hot, a little bit, I'm sorry.
Can I ask one more thing?
Sure.
Because on here on May, you said about the painting thing, but what about the selfie thing? There's not gonna be a space for the selfie thing?
There's always space for this.
But the painting is in that spot over there, so where would, okay.
Do we have a selfie thing painted?
Couple of them.
We
We have the Christmas one, right?
No, we have a couple, but
Okay.
they painted.
I did not, that should be down here under other 2024 initiatives. In
Oh,
the
that's
plan we
other stuff.
presented to the
Okay.
board,
Okay,
we have this big selfie thing, and Karla has been
painting.
thankfully so beautiful doing these backdrops. And what we would want to do is to have them so that people know every other month there's going to be a new one out there. Come on down and get your snapshot of
Yeah.
the
With all the people at the bars and stuff coming
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
I mean, that's like a thing.
So but
Right,
we
tons
we
of
need some great social
Yeah.
media to get it out there to say come down and get it.
Just
Yeah.
let me in. Just let me into the social media.
They
You
want- I
are
can't-
in, right?
No, I'm only in Facebook. I can't get permissions for nothing.
Oh, for
So-
goodness sakes.
You have
Okay,
all our permission.
well
I
maybe.
know it, but
We
I
don't
need
have-
the person who has them
Okay.
to let me in.
All right, well that'll be our next challenge.
Okay.
Um,
Gatekeeper.
So not a lot, so again, another one to write down here, this is the selfie thing. That should be on this
Is there
chart.
ever a way to put the canvas, like, actually down on the corner
What corner?
of Army Street?
I think it's way too big for that.
Well, not only that,
In the wind.
Yeah, but
We
it's
had
always
different
windy, it's
monitoring.
always windy on Mother's Day, you know.
And
you
it's
know,
Well,
awkward.
I don't mean necessarily on Mother's Day, but, you know, if we know something's going on Water Street or something, could we find a spot maybe a little bit more?
I was gonna suggest
Over
that,
there.
like, I could go talk to the bars or whatever and see if we could do like a wooden thing that we put together really quick, put it on the front of it, and they can take pictures in front of it and tag us. You know, like in front of the goal
That doesn't
line.
say
or-
ring.
Go ahead and bring
That's
your-
what I'm saying, they would,
Get them into the
most
gallery,
likely.
They're not gonna come down here though,
Yeah.
we need it down.
No, that's what I'm
down
saying, we
here.
take it in front of their bar and set it up in front of, you know, whatever.
Yeah, but that doesn't get them down
But it
here.
won't get them into this gallery. That's the thing. We
Well,
need the
I was just buying the
traffic.
tag, yeah, you're right, it's
no,
not gonna get them
We need the
here.
traffic, not
Yeah.
the tag
Yeah,
is
you're right.
cool, but we need the bodies.
Okay,
If you
July
give
and
them a
August,
coupon, maybe
it's
give them a
hot,
coupon.
we don't have a lot of walk-in traffic usually. And so
Doing the
we're
discount.
talking about hot deals in the gallery for a period of time, those 2 months. It could be a week, it could be 10 days. But we would use social media to get the word out that says, come on down. And it's 10% off or whatever. And we, the gallery, would give up, we take 20% right now commission on anything sold. So we would give up the 10% as a gallery, but maybe we would get some people in here and we would sell artist work, and that helps everybody. So anyways, we haven't decided on a date or a time period, but we're gonna try to work on that and figure it out. In September, yes, we have a juried show. We really want to be looking for a casino sponsor it to, you know, say this is the pass awards this time, or the rainbow or the emerald or the whatever awards, and see if they can't give us the money instead of us taking it out of our own pocket. We make a lot of money in entry fees, but we pay out virtually all of it in awards. And so if we didn't have to fund 100% of the awards, that would be more money for the gallery in order to, execute all of these things.
And publicity for the casino.
And publicity for the casino.
Do we have a dollar amount on that we would like for them to donate? I mean, we would obviously buy the awards and all that sort of stuff, maybe a dollar amount that we,
Yeah, I would love $1,000.
$1,000?
I would love $1,000. Some of you know, some of you don't know, that we have been meeting with some of the other nonprofit art groups, like Las Vegas Artists Guild, like the Clay Art Society, like the photography
Nevada Camera
people,
Club.
the Nevada Camera
Our County
Club.
Artist Guild.
Yes, and they are kind of they don't have the same advantages we do in having a building to sell art out of. So they kind of came to the first meeting, and thankfully Christy's been leading this effort. And but they are interested in doing something together. And the idea is, if we can have some kind of a nonprofit art group alliance, maybe we can have a bigger voice as an art community in the valley here. So the next challenge for us is to figure out what that might be. We have a couple of ideas, but we want to start planning now and getting out in front of some kind of a September event. We're suggesting that it's indoor, because a lot of people don't want to participate if it's outdoor when you don't know exactly what the weather's going to be like. But you know, it could end up being kind of big. If it's a ticket thing, we know we're going to make money, and so that's all good for all of us. So again, need people, and Carrie's been helping with that. Who else has been helping with that here? Obviously Christy, but we hope that we can come up with something that everybody would want to participate in. We have a couple of really good ideas, and we'll be sharing those later on. In October, I'm going just for the blue things. Oh, I did have that on there already. Okay, so we want to do something new again, and it would be like a pub/art crawl. So again, getting the Water Street community involved, and with a stop here at the gallery for some reason that to be determined. Lori's already got it.
I already started. It's a pub, I'm here for it.
And but something that would bring people out and through the gallery.
Absolutely.
Okay, so then other things that aren't related to that. Thank you, Susan, for the open sign out there. It really shows up.
Yeah,
It
it
looks
does.
great. Thank you, Lori, for the lights that are out there now that you can actually see this building at night.
And you do not turn off the light under the carport. There's a switch, and you leave the switch on.
And we're gonna do the lights in the office, Brandon's coming tomorrow to do the lights in the office,
Oh, yay.
to turn them to LED.
Wonderful.
Cool.
Wonderful, wonderful. We've been talking about several things to get noticed if you're walking up and down Water Street. And that could be something that is literally between the building and the sidewalk here, some kind of a sculpture or something that,
Yeah.
um,
If we have 2 volunteers, we're gonna get one of those arrows, and one of our volunteers can go to the corner and sign for it.
And then this homeless guy out
That's
there.
it.
yeah. We probably could get a homeless guy to go and do that. But nonetheless,
In a cow costume, yeah, in a cow costume.
nonetheless, we're looking for something that gets this building noticed when you're on Water Street driving or walking. And so, you know, it could be, no, it wants to be something pretty solid so the wind does not get it. We tried those flappy banners a couple of years ago, they hardly
The
lasted
wind
at all.
trouble.
Yeah.
How about, is there any way of our the thing that's out in the street right there that says, the gallery, is there any way of us putting lights or something on that flash on and off?
Battery operated.
So the what?
operated.
Solar operated.
Something with lights, because that's already sitting there, and if you had something that from the street, you could see it down there, if that was flashing.
On the sandwich sign?
An arrow,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
an
anything.
arrow going this way.
Well,
And the one in
I'll
front
put
of
that
the
on my
building.
okay, so we're gonna get a little
Yeah.
group together and come up with some
Front of the building.
ideas of different options.
There you
Next thing, we make money when we have art classes here in the building. Right now, we've got Saturday sometimes class, we got Sunday class, we got Monday class. And then thankfully, we've got our Thursday open studio where, participants have been contributing $5.
Not everybody,
Not, in
not
okay,
everybody.
well, that's okay, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Well, yeah.
it's voluntary.
It's voluntary.
But the notion is if we have more classes and get the word out there, more people will come into City Lights, and that's a good thing for all of us.
Workshops.
You got
But,
the,
or workshops, and workshops, not, yeah, it should be and workshops, because they seem to go, I think, really well. But we need instructors, we need ideas, and it should be people who are willing to, you know, have, you know, either a 1 or 2 days workshop or a weekly or bi-weekly class. Okay, yes,
Well, you have a watercolor workshop in March, and there hasn't been a lot of information about it.
It just came out this
Yeah.
morning.
Just-
The flyer came out this morning.
Yeah, my mom
Already got
told me
two
about it,
people
I didn't
saying
even know about it.
yeah, there's a couple of them going on.
Yeah.
Watercolor and there's another one.
There's
What's her
some,
name?
it's a lady
Her
from,
name is Barbara
She
Hayes.
got
that's
it.
just
Carla,
Carla.
Carla's gonna have
We
one.
have the old one, right?
Yeah.
Carla, I'm taking too much of your time.
Oh, it doesn't
I
matter.
only meant to talk for 5 minutes.
Yeah, tomorrow, it'll be fine.
She's somebody.
And then the last thing on here that we've talked about in the past, but we haven't actually executed, is to bring target groups into the gallery, invite them to City Lights. These are realtors, they are property management people, they are anybody who might have a venue where they would appreciate, seeing artwork. One of the other suggestions that came up was taking advantage of a lot of the other nonprofit groups, whether it's, I don't even know if they are nonprofit, but Kiwanis or Elks or whoever, who are always looking for speakers. Let's go out and present ourselves as City Lights, and this is what we can do, and man, if you can help us, that's great. If you can't, we're happy to talk to you, and please come on down and visit with your family. But nonetheless, kind of get into that cycle where we have at least several people who might go out and talk about what we're doing and why we're doing it.
Can I-
Yes.
On that note with the city lights, if everybody here, whenever you say city lights, please say City Lights Art, because there is another City Lights, and I had to fight with the city to get them to change our thing on all the correspondence that they keep sending me, letting them know it's City Lights Art Gallery, we're not City Lights, there is a City Lights, and so we're not getting the recognition if it's just City Lights, they don't know it's us.
Lights Estates.
Oh, lucky for you.
Yeah, there are
Yeah.
other city
But
Oh,
there's
it's a
another
strip
gallery
south.
that's called City Lights Gallery.
Yeah, it's,
So,
I think it's
we
closed
need
right
to
now.
make sure that everybody is always saying City Lights Art, even if you don't stick to gallery, City Lights Art.
Flag.
So people know the difference
Yeah.
Is it
between
supposed
us
to be
and
City
them.
Lights or City Lights Co-op? Is that Co-op supposed
Well,
to be?
that's
We-
why we
we
don't
can
need
either
that, we
be-
just need to
Our,
say City
our
Lights
legal
Art.
name is City Lights Artists Co-op. We are doing business as City Lights Art Gallery. And we have all the paperwork and all that stuff, so that we're, good to go on that. Okay.
last thing I wanna say, is
Yes.
I do have because of my company, we do have, access to a lot of property managers, a lot of realtors, a lot of them that are very close. So, I mean, that's something we could definitely get wrong with.
Bring them in, we can
Wonderful.
have wine and cheese.
So
Yeah.
basically, if I can summarize everything that's being said,
What we need is someone to be a contact, to send messages out, get them back, and respond again. Because basically everything that I've done so far with this and that the other organizations have worked on with us is we send something out, we get something back, something has to be sent back. It's constant going back and forth. So it's a full-time job to manage just one contact. Because it's never, you could think you send everything with all the information and they're still gonna come back with a question. So that's what we need. We need people to be like, I can work with this person and I will be the correspondent to go back and forth on a every other day basis, pretty much, because that's what I'm finding.
So it's just, if you are interested in any 1, 2, or 10 of these items,
1, 2.
we would like, and to help or to lead or to do whatever, please let us know so we can get something in the works and get started on this. Because we want 2024 to be incredibly successful for City Lights.
Because it's so bizarre. A little art doll.
Oh, that's
Oh.
cute.
Okay,
It's like a little voodoo doll.
It's a little voodoo. Well, kinda. Although I never really think of it as
You have
voodoo
to
dolls.
face
I call
it
them
this way.
Spirit doll.
I call
There you
them
go.
spirit doll.
Oh,
Wow.
At
So
the,
this one's being very
church
creative
outfit,
here,
there was
right
a
there.
spirit doll.
very nice.
Lady
Yeah.
was doing that.
But the cool what I wanted, I'm gonna pass this around because I think if I did like this, bang, I would not break this body. I'm not gonna actually test it out. I know I break his head off, but not the body. And that's what was so cool about it. I wanted to show you this stuff because this might be cool for something else. But listen, it's like cement. This is inexpensive, and I just think it's super cool. So I'm gonna show you really fast how to make a spirit doll body. And here I have another spirit doll body in the making. So I put little sticks on. In her body, so just so you could kind of see something in between, because this does not have anything, it's not, of course, adorned.
Voodoo.
But it can
Can we
be
pass
painted,
it?
right?
Yeah,
Pass
sure.
around.
You can pass these heads around too, because I'm
Head.
debating about which head I want to put on there.
I love both of them.
So,
Do you make the heads too?
yeah, the heads are made out of paper clay,
Shrunken heads.
and they, that dries slow, that's why I brought those already done.
You don't have to bake them.
Yeah, and anyway, in the end of this, after I show you this one little thing, if ever this turns out to be something that would be worthy of a workshop, then it is very fun to do. It's just, do you want to do
Kids
it?
would want to
That
make
would be
those.
fun.
Kids
You
would
gotta
love
bake
to
them,
make
you
those.
gotta bake them though?
No,
Air dry.
no, you don't want to have to make it.
How long does it take to air dry?
The body will take about 30 minutes, and so it's not too bad.
A heat gun?
You could probably put it in an oven if you wanted to, but it sets up, it's pretty
That's
quick.
quick.
I made them with young adults, but never
Yeah.
kids. I don't think,
Yeah.
I don't know,
You
not
have to be
younger ones.
careful with kids. They do
Not
things
If
like
it says
sneak
18
stuff.
non-toxic, then you're okay with kids. It says it right there in the bag, 18 non-toxic.
They'll eat it.
Okay, I'm just gonna,
Not little kids.
so it looks like,
Oh, it looks foamy.
it's not, it's like cotton.
I got it now.
It's like cotton.
Dinosaur arms.
Oh, tapioca
Weird.
pudding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. So this container costs about $20, and that's enough for a lot, so that's not too bad. It's called,
No, and it's, I'm sorry, I can't hear what
Sculptamold.
she's saying because everybody's talking. What are you saying?
it's called Sculptamold,
Thank you.
and it's,
Turn that back here, Carla, just for a second, so that I can see it. There you go. Thank you. Very good.
Yeah, it's got a little
So-
foamy.
yeah, it's bizarre.
Well, remind me to take a picture.
So you don't have to measure the water, you're just doing it by
No,
eye?
it just, I'm sure you could.
Measure it.
I'm sure that actually would be a really good plan, but I'm not going to do that.
It's
no.
just like,
Exact science.
It's supposed to be about
Paper clay.
2 parts of the clay, or two parts of that to 1 part water.
2 parts of clay to 1 part water.
I'll tell you how to do it, like I'm doing it. Pour
Does it
some
give you
water
directions in
there.
the bag?
Yes, but
There you
you
go.
still have to stir it, and yes, you can always add more. And you don't, if you don't want it to be very soupy, because the soupier it gets, the droopier it is.
One question here. I'm
Okay, go ahead.
watching you, and there's a lot of white going up.
I was gonna say.
A lot of what?
Yeah, she should wear a dust
So you
mask.
need a
Dust.
mask with this
Yes.
stuff?
The dust
Yes,
rising
you
from it.
should.
Thank you for saying so.
'Cause
That could
goes
be my
up-
problem,
yeah, we
maybe,
did. It goes the
maybe I should just,
Welcome
maybe
to the
there's,
70s.
I don't know, I don't do this that often, so, but that's a good plan.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's pretty good. So you definitely would not wanna do this with your bare hands though, cause I can tell you,
So whatever you stick in there sticks, or do you have
It
to
is-
put glue afterwards?
no,
Whatever, if you put a wood or metal or whatever, it.
Okay. Anything you stick in there. Now, if you went down if you go out in your yard, take a tree branch and cut off the pieces, cause you wanna make arms and legs out of the tree branch, but you just you took it off your tree, it's green. So you're gonna put it in here and it's gonna look, and this stuff is gonna stick to it like you wouldn't believe. But a week later, the tree branch is dried out, it shrunk, it falls out.
Okay,
So
that
you
makes
can't
sense.
do that. But anything else, that's why I did, these are, good and dried up sticks from the beach.
Chicken.
So I know that they're not gonna go anywhere. So I know those ones are safe. Okay. So once you get all this going,
That's-
now I have a very
Those are
small
really
window.
Did you paint these in too?
Yes, they're painted. That clay is white.
Is this used, pressed into a silicone mold?
It's not a silicone mold. I made the mold myself.
Oh.
They're made out of, Scoby clay, Pimo clay, or, what is it?
Fimo,
Polymer clay.
polymer clay.
They're old. So I make molds those molds are made off of, this one's made off of a belt buckle. And those are like, I don't know, somebody's sculpture at their house while they weren't looking.
That's great.
Would you like to take and press into it?
I really
While they
like
weren't
this.
looking?
Like those keys, she's like, trying to steal
Yeah,
that.
I did. I would carry Sculpey clay with me when I would go to do faux finishing at people's
That's
houses. And
pretty
if I
cool.
saw something, usually I'd ask, of course, can I do that? And they didn't care if I did it, but I did carry it with me because it's so cool. You never know what people are gonna have.
Sculpting plate, you don't have to, it's not something you have to mix or anything, it's already,
You just warm it up in your hands and,
oh, I
Yeah, it
didn't
makes-
some
And
of
then you
that.
bake it.
yeah. So I don't need as much as that. So this is gonna go to a waste really fast. Okay, so then you're gonna make this mold. Put it on something that it can dry on.
So like mashed potato consistency.
Yeah.
So, put it's on
Here, I'll tell you what, you don't wanna touch this, do you?
I can see it though.
Yeah, so you make it sticky. This stuff, what is so
Like a
cool,
crab cake.
it's kind of rough.
Yeah, it does look like a
It does look like a crab cake.
There's like fiber or something.
It's like
It
fibers
looks like
in
paper
there.
clay. That's what it looks
Yeah,
like.
like
Yeah, but
paper
it's
mache or
so
something
much
like
rougher than paper clay, and it's so, as you can feel in there how hard that got. I didn't like the texture of it when it was done, so that's how come it's decoupage with, I put, like a newspaper over it, you know, cause I wanted something.
Like
But
Mod
plus
Podge
you can
over
put, yes, but you can put cool words on it.
Is it sandable?
Yes, it's sandable and carvable.
With the dust mask.
Yeah, I probably would have thinking of that
Safety
now that
first.
I have your card. So I just,
I really like that. I like it. 'cause
I went
it's
through his
super
stash
weird
and I got
with
some
the baby.
metal things to stick in here so we could make something really fast so you
Right.
could kind of see the
You
deal.
could use old paintbrushes.
It would be super
Great
cute.
idea.
And how quickly does it set? How long?
It's setting up as we speak.
Already? Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really fast.
Quick dry.
So that's what's so cool about it as far as making it for like a workshop, because you can actually do it and do all the decorating the same day.
And where do you buy the stuff?
I bought it at Home Depot.
Home
They
Depot?
do not have it at a regular craft store.
Really? Wow.
This
Yeah.
stuff you bought at Home Depot?
Yes.
Sculpt them all.
I'll stick this one in.
Interesting.
Huh?
What is it for?
Is that what you?
I don't know.
Manufactured by what?
Exactly.
I don't know.
I think that you could probably, well, why would you fill holes with it in your house, but you could.
Plaster.
Depends on the hole.
Yeah, right? So I'm just gonna prop up the arms so that they're not stuck right
Well,
up
how
against
do
the
you
wall.
know that you should buy these stuffs when you go around in the
She's
Home
like that
Depot?
whole
I'm sorry?
person, she is.
How did I what?
How do you know which stuff to buy, like for these things in the store?
Like how
You
did,
mean, how did I know to buy that?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I searched for this, so I was getting ready to tell you the story. I found some of this in last summer when I was up, my father passed and I had to go through the garage. It was like this, it's like, my dad is like a really good keeper of junk. So, he had, I found this stuff and I go, what? I wonder what he used it for. Well, I don't think he used it at all. It was just a bag of this. It was yellow. And I thought that's what color it was supposed to be. So I mixed some up and discovered how hard it was. And I played around with it there and thought, why don't I stick these weird little nails and things in that I have it? And let's just find out how it works. And that's how that happened. But, so this is in honor of my father. So I researched it. It was not easy to find. You can't just go to the store and buy it. You have to order it.
Oh,
I
you
had
have to order it from
Yeah,
Home
they don't
Depot.
have it.
Okay.
There are some.
Does
other-
Amazon carry it? Did you look?
Everything,
Um,
Amazon carries.
Everything.
You know what? Yes, and maybe that is where I got it. Maybe it was Amazon. Somebody delivered it at USPS. Who
Yeah, it
does
doesn't
that?
matter. Somebody did it. It
Came
comes
in the
from somewhere.
mailbox.
It comes in the mailbox.
Yeah, and it's about $20. But I think now that's gonna end up going to waste. So
No, make another body.
Yeah. Well, I don't
But
have any
you-
more
she
things to
doesn't
stick
have
in
it.
it. I
Use
don't
those
have-
paintbrushes that are behind there. Use some little thin.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
let's just do it.
Kachina.
Okay.
Yeah,
Come
make,
on, no
make,
good.
yeah,
Get
use
art
paintbrushes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look
Use
at
this
it.
right here, still there.
Get them.
Why are they taking up what we're
Okay.
Oh,
That
is
is
that
not
how you
OSHA
turn your glove
certified.
inside out?
Yes. That looks like an OSHA violation.
I'm sure it was. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, look for some junky ones. Just stick them in there.
Some of them are petrified.
Oh, and there's
so
all
they'd
sorts
be
of
fine.
length ones in there.
Yeah.
Or even pencils.
We wanna see some hair.
Yeah.
the bristles
Oh,
off
right,
the
so
line.
you can put, think about all the cool things you could do with, make hair, and you just
Yeah.
stick it on.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, boy, that's a
Yeah.
great
That's
brush.
what
That's a donator.
Can you put it all the way through so that way the hair just sticks on the top and the bottom is the body?
Might be too
You
long.
can make the leg, oh, it's too late.
No way. It's not too
It's-
late. It's never too late. That's
I-
very mushy. You can do it.
It's starting to crack up.
Let's try it. Let's
Wrap
try
it
it.
around.
It is
You guys
available
are
on
so
Amazon.
You
really
can
funny.
do it. You can do it. Stick it from the top
Try
down.
it.
Be aggressive.
You can do it.
So aggressive.
Okay, we're gonna
Look
get.
at you're doing it.
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay,
It worked.
little
There
face
we
on that.
go.
Wouldn't this be cute if it was those bigger
Is that on
brushes?
Amazon, Paul?
Push it down farther.
What is it called?
Put several brushes in.
Well, I think that's one leg, let's pick another
Okay,
leg.
here's two arms, or
Okay.
they can be two legs too.
We're talking about this one.
Well,
for a
no,
leg. Hang
because
on.
you're gonna have 3 down there at the bottom. Only 2.
Maybe now that.
Only 2
Maybe
legs.
it's in the
Sorry.
Alright.
Well,
Okay.
Let's see, smash it down just a bit.
See, nothing goes to waste.
Yes, it will. Okay, we're gonna see what this, okay, oh, we'll do a challenge. Anybody wanna take this one home and decorate it, or should I just, you know what else we need? A hook so we can hang it on the wall
Ooh, a
later.
Captain Hook one. Put a hook in there.
They all have hooks.
Let me see if I can go all the way through.
Put him his arms.
Just
though.
go to your garage and clean it out and find stuff.
Put a wrench.
Oh, he
Visit
can
your
go right
neighbor's
through, he
garage
can
and
have
it's
one,
working.
yeah, he can
Yard
have
sale.
one.
With a little, okay, we're not gonna be able to hang him up. Oh, you know, I'll make something around his neck or something to hang
Do you
him
want
up.
a paper clip? Will a paper clip work?
If we hurry.
Okay.
Drop acrylic paints on him and make him a paint man.
Okay, so there's your last.
All right.
Cute.
So you can see how you can easily do stuff with that. Once it's done, you can sand them and carve on them. And this one I'm gonna cover up with paper or something so that I don't have to
Be
do
the cuter.
that.
These are just so adorable.
Yeah, this one, look, you
What
can
do
already
you
pick
use
them up.
to tape, if you're gonna tape paper on it, what glue do you use?
Oh, look at that with the bent nail and all that, oh, so cute.
Yeah, so this is gonna be another little guy here.
Oh,
This
look
is
And
at
I put a
Potato
little, I made a little
Oh,
booklet beforehand and stuck it in the back
Oh,
so
smart,
that, so
smart,
you don't
smart.
have to
Here,
do anything. Where did it go?
He's back here.
Stick it in his back, hurry.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, hurry, we need to get a,
We're gonna hook him.
We'll get kind of involved. So what
There
could I
we-
put
yeah.
in, what could I do? This one I'm sitting there, well, he needs some arms, his arms are kind of scrawny, I think I'll put some clothes on. Next thing you know,
he's all dressed up
he's
with.
all this stuff going on. Yeah, but anyhow, I think they're fun and people like to
They're wonderful.
electric.
I think they're adorable.
Yeah, they are.
Yes,
Cool.
so, would anybody wanna take a class, because now I have this much stuff?
Yeah, you should do a
Somebody
class.
make a-
You should
make
do
a-
it.
would be fun.
I'll do it.
It'd take about 2 to 3 hours at a time.
It'd be fun.
Kidding.
Just
Okay.
list the number
That
of
is fun.
Yeah.
metal things we need to bring, you know, like all the old nails.
Clean out your
and
garage,
old,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a material list of some sort,
Material
yeah.
list and gather stuff. You know what, the most important thing to have, I would bring that so you can pick which one you want, is
Yeah.
all the junk.
Yeah.
Because that's minimal junk right now,
Yeah.
I'd probably, I want more junk. And, or hair, or, who
And I
knows
have a
what?
junk box I can bring too, that you
knows
can
what you
use
pick.
if you want. I have some,
I do not
Oh,
want
thank
any
lady.
more.
I have a studio that's insane,
Yeah.
so.
Just bring it. for
No
your
more
class.
junk.
You know you
I don't
want
wanna
it.
put
That's
more in
what
my
I do.
room.
Carla, you know you want it.
Okay, so was that, any questions?
I wanna see googly eyes on it.
Yeah, really.
I think that was hilarious.
Yeah,
That
that
would
would
be
be
fun.
cute.
I think we can come up with
So
something
one
fun
big
for
one,
that.
one little one.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
weird thing I picked up, I have no idea what it is, it looks like it's rhinestones, but it's
Feel like you
metal.
can feel how warm it is.
Yeah.
You feel like it's really, they sleep.
You know what, that would be a fun, you know, that would be a fun fundraiser.
You know
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, this is, they get warm because
Oh, it
when they're
does
drying
get
so
warm.
fast, but feel it already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can't even mind
There's
temperature
super
reaction,
heat
yeah.
for,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
durability,
You know,
they don't fall apart.
Wow.
They're like
We
little
could do
potato
that
people.
at a workshop in like,
I mean,
for
there's all
October,
kinds of
and then
you can
have
make
them all
children's
children
ones,
ones,
and-
You
and-
can
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
pots, you
Yeah.
can make,
Yeah.
anything you want out of it, but
Yeah.
not, you cannot reuse any of
Yeah.
this.
Use that.
I think that would be.
Oh,
I
yeah.
collect things.
Fun, fun.
Here's your bases.
That would look really
Oh,
fun.
that is, look at the little things on 'em. Okay, I love this. I'd take the class, do it. Do a little workshop.
Okay, then we'll do a workshop, because I think it'd be fun. All right, any other questions?